Go.
I am still
Okay.
unconscious.
I would
Could I try to
I would be
revive?
willing to help.
Do you have? Are you good with medicine checks?
Oh, I meant going with them if they needed more support. Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine.
We
Sorry.
need you with us. We're gonna
Yeah,
die
I'll
otherwise.
hang out. Never mind. Sorry.
I'm gonna try to stabilize Shambles.
I'm stable. I'm alive. I'm just
Oh,
unconscious. Inanimate.
a puppy.
I believe we're holding this position, so some of them can try to rest, and the rest of us are defending the door.
Right.
Portcullis was the room in the southwest. No, I understand. That's where I chose to be laying down. Dragged to.
Oh, I just wanted to mention, John, that like on just like on the other game, our hit dice are set to D4s automatically, not to the norm. You could just actually hit
You
the
can click on
thing to
the
the right
D4.
of hit dice, and you can select it.
I have the interior door by the stairs.
So if I remember correctly, that Raya was healed just about to full by Grok, so you're probably in good shape. Okay. hmm I wouldn't mind taking a short rest if it's possible. Leon, how hurt is he?
I'm all right.
Rock, go take your short rest with Shem.
All right. Yes.
I would be with Shambles as well. He's my buddy. So
I guess like helping stay watch. I don't really need to take a rest, I wouldn't say. This way, right? Sure.
Okay. Grok would look at Benson. Does a turtle have thumbs? He would go, whatever like a thumb would be, he would just like, yeah. Okay, so he would do that. Like one of them would be like, yeah.
Are you doing it or am I?
Sure.
Just
That's a dragon.
Drake.
Oh, okay.
Come down one at a time, unarmed.
And bring your dog.
Yeah, go ahead.
And
Are
your little
you-
dog too.
Are you
Right.
gonna try to do the same thing 4 times?
Hiya!
Damn right, you're unarmed.
Okay, he's down here and safe. Send the next one.
Increasingly difficult bluff checks.
Yeah.
Do you recover spells after a long rest or a short rest?
Depends on the spell and how you're built.
Well, we're
that's
in
true.
an unsafe rest, so you don't recover spells here. Anyways. Is the dog okay?
Arr!
What's he wearing? That mask on, right? Okay. I tell him to have a seat at the table. And tell him to send the next one. With his face. Yeah. Tell him to uncover his face and take a seat at the table, but away from the other one. Like space him out. Why would they go to the roof? How? Climb. What do they intend to climb down? Did that sound like it went well or poorly? Let Dirk talk.
Repel.
Zip line.
Zip line.
Where did the mage go? Sounds like a mage. Dirk, come with me. I'm going to put him in the portcullis gate room and lock that door. No, the one where the portcullis actually is the kill room. Yeah, the little hall. Yeah, I'm just going to murder the other one. I don't like him.
We're not in the same room, are we?
Nope, sure aren't.
Raya's handling
with
negotiations.
We have our top negotiator on this one.
15
Oof.
to hit. 11 piercing. Okay. +6.
Sure.
If we can see it, yeah.
If they made the perception checks, they would have to be in the portcullis rooms.
Yeah, I'm with the scarecrow.
Guy was a titan. I knew it. I'll put a weapon in his hand and just leave him on the floor. Yeah, I'm gonna slunk him onto the floor and put a dagger in his hand.
No, I figure the man has a reason. They're no friends of mine.
I would think it was somebody who walked in and they caught him. It was someone they caught on the way there. I'm staying with Stitches.
Shambles.
I would go inform the others that the young one, Dirk, has been useful. I am putting him in here for safekeeping. where he's easily seen and held. I assume the door also locks in there, so he can't get out of the hallway. Right. Okay. So I would inform them that Dirk's been useful and locked up. He should be secured. The other one, as I was locking up Dirk, tried to pull a knife on me, so I dealt with that. They seem to claim that everybody else has escaped from the roof on a zip line, and the mage is teleported out of here. And if they are ready, we can begin to slowly search the upstairs and validate all this information.
With the goal of taking the tower for ourselves, right?
Goal of, I need all these bandits dead. I don't care about the tower.
Okay.
As long as it's empty, I don't care what happens to it. Do the bandits have markers on them? Okay. I would collect just a couple of those to take back with me for reasons. So original.
So where does this take place in time in terms of the short rest and the time that's passed, and when we hear that noise, that those talk from outside? I think we should finish a short rest, get Shambles up, and then we can go together.
Yeah,
So if Raya wants to wait,
I don't intend to go by myself. I'm willing to wait for you.
Yeah, I feel like going up to the roof's a bad idea.
Rough.
even the moon's milk water does that too.
I'm on my feet. I'm ready to fight.
I was not. I'm gonna do it just because I'm so squishy. So I have 5 pounds now. I have 4 pounds, but I think almost everybody else took some of the moon's milk water with them.
I did as
Oh.
well, but I'm not.
I think
getting.
Steve did also, who's not here, but yeah. Leon, you have.
Do you have it?
I have.
Kevin?
It would be
sorry.
some next level cheating to say I did because I totally.
I could do that, so I'll give him one of mine. So I'm down to 3.
We know where to get more. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm topped off. I'm ready to go.
I'm gonna stealthily move first, and when I get to the top of the stairs, I'll look for reflections in my rapier. Yeah.
Okay.
I would take a look at the body and all. Okay,
I would
check out the arrows.
Yeah, I would just be listening to the room.
The guy's story checks out. The line and the javelins out.
What's the range on a ballista?
Oh, I would be just saying it to Jeremy since he's in the room with me. Oh, it would be I'm looking at them and I talk. I mean, there's the Drake. And I tell him it looks like the Drake's out there as well.
Out where?
Out about 600 yards, it looks like.
Feet.
Coming this way?
No, he just passed over the top.
Great.
It looks like he passed out there, so he is in the area, though, so we definitely need to be careful.
Does it look like the Drake's protecting them or destroying them?
Couldn't tell from this distance. It looks like it just kind of went between me and them. I couldn't tell.
I'm going to check the doors. Does one of them lead out to the shooting positions? Does anything stand out to me? I'll leave the room then. In the same chamber? I'm gonna pick up a candle or something from somewhere I can't see. I will grab a loose something in this room that looks like it means nothing and set it on fire as a torch. About a pillow from this chair. I start yelling profanities and walk out in the hallway and tell Chody to cast light on something so I can see. Get real annoyed over here.
I can come that way with a candle. I stole some
don't-
candles.
I don't know that you should.
I'll
No, it's
cast.
funny.
It is.
I'll cast light on his belt.
I'm just gonna throw shambles into the fire. I don't want to make it bright enough in here for a minute. Oh yeah.
What does that mean?
18. I would relay that this seems to be the room of the mage. I'm gonna start looking around. I'm gonna cast detect magic to see if I can find anything of note in here. $44. Absolutely. Yep. Gain a level potion.
Yeah. That's super gross.
That is disgusting.
Would
Could be
Grok
delicious.
recognize that? Okay. I have Arcana trained as well.
20.
Yeah, baby. Oh, never mind.
I put it in the old bag to keep an eye on. So for my items, do I put potion of giant strength and then parentheses maybe? Okay.
Is this just a barred window over here on the left? I'm old. Haha.
Is it a red? Is it a crimson scarf?
Do the cultists carry a different mark than the bandits?
And that was Ashmedea, right?
It's been a really good stream, Joe.
Stop doing stuff to your computer. All right.
Oh.
Deal. Maxed out anyway. Who can't give you any more? Take the L2 out.
John,
No, 2 total. Your computer's
John on
dumb.
Twitch, I'm not hearing you in the stream. Oh, I thought you had just fixed it. Okay.
The board I looked up for that computer said it had 4. Hi.
Give it again.
Test, test, test.
There you go.
Okay, fucking. So, sorry for the playback. Real quick synopsis of what happened in the last 30 minutes, since you probably only heard about half of it. They surrendered, and Dragon appeared and stuff. Oh my god, I hate my computer sometimes. Thanks for watching. We'll continue on. So, as if you heard the whole thing, and hopefully you'll pick up the last 30 minutes based on what they were saying, which was, yeah. So, what were you doing after that?
I'll read through the pockets of that corpse at the window.
Yeah, it doesn't have anything of note. It's got a dagger. And a holy symbol. And a suit.
I'm going to take some kind of marker off of its body and then start dragging the body out of here.
The holy symbol would probably be the best bet. The armor is wearing a scale mail.
I'll take that dagger.
Okay. Sacrificial daggers, which you should notate.
Can I can't wear a skill, can I?
No. It's
I didn't
medium.
think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to drag the whole body out of here.
Okay. That's fine. Do you head upstairs, or because there's more stairs upwards? This is not the highest of the floors.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm going to hold this guy down the stairs, and then we'll go up.
He tumbles down
Yikes.
with kind of a sickening kind of popping and breaking, and yeah, you make your way up the steps. Do you want me to give you the slow process where we crawl through it all, or the quick process where we get to the parts that matter?
Yeah, you can speed it up.
All right. The next floor has a series of bed chambers. The bed chambers in question are massive, with kind of a queen-size bedroom.
This would be the barracks that Eric spoke of, right? The one he never went to.
This would be the one with these appear to be the royal suites, or the guest suites.
Oh, quick question.
Sure.
Gondar totally gave us that key, right? Since we were exploring the castle and he's stuck down there?
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case.
So, opening these, you enter in, they're about probably queen-size beds, pretty massive, look like they're very lush, but there's kind of a smell of staleness to the rooms, like these have been in here for a while. Each of the rooms has a chest. Opening them up, you see that there's just common clothes set inside. Looks like these might have been bandit captain garb. And the side tables each have a book set out. The books in question vary from room to room. And one of the rooms of the 4 that I'm mentioning here doesn't have a book. I will get you the names of those books momentarily. And then there's a master chamber. It appears to have kind of a glowing light in its room, similar to the one that was downstairs. That strange light that kind of glowed from the ceiling or the wall. The king size bed, massive chest. Upon opening it up, the key doesn't work on this one, and the chest is locked.
I'm going to break into it.
Okay. You can make a Thieves' Tools check with dexterity.
$29.
Okay.
I crit that chest.
Go ahead and roll me 2 D100s, please.
It's gonna bite you.
Oh, I know.
This is for damage.
62, 79.
All right. So 62, there appears to be a potion inside. And 79, there appears to be a small bag of dust. When you kind of open up the bag to like smell the dust, you kind of close it very quickly, not sure what it is. And the small trace amount that kind of gets to you kind of makes you go... It's like
Pepper.
very high grade, like it immediately starts to make you kind of sneeze a bit. And then the potion that you pull out of there, MNOP. The liquid looks like it's actually separated into 2 layers. like one layer is kind of like resting on top of the other, like they won't mix. The layer on top is a kind of brownish color with like no, sorry, it's separated into 3 layers. It's banded brown, silver, and gray at the bottom. And if you shake the bottle to kind of mix the colors, you see that it fails to mix the colors. They kind of move around like independent.
I do
fluids.
not shake the bottle.
Okay. Well, moving the bottle, you think it might mix a little bit or change like the layers. They seem to just kind of move perfectly and maintain the same consistency size-wise.
Cool.
All right.
I give those to Benson and tell him he owes me because I don't know what they are.
Kind of smile will
Okay.
do.
And that's it for the master chamber. So a total of 4 sets of clothing, common clothes, pretty boring. 1 set of fine traveler's clothes in the master bed chamber. Some sort of dust in a bag, and a potion with 3 layers that don't mix. Okay, moving up to the next floor. This is the barracks, and you go through, and basically it is a series of rooms. 1 massive room with a total of 6 beds. Each one of those beds having a chest set to the foot of the bed, basically like standard full size bed or twin size bed. Opening them up, the chests inside, it's just garbage. Basically, people's stuff that they think is important, but they're poor. Roll me 2d10 and 1d8.
I got the D8.
8 gold pieces and 9 silver pieces is what you find collected throughout the nonsense here. Then in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other rooms inside of this floor, it is a series of bunk beds, 2 in each room, so 2 bunk beds, 4 total beds for each, and then a dresser with 4 shelves. As you open the shelves, you very much realize that it's very similar to the larger of the chambers. Go ahead and roll me 5d10 and 1d20.
John?
Yeah.
At some point, could you put a party treasury place in the
Thought I already did.
for us to there?
I guess not.
Mega loot sheet.
Thought I already did. That's weird. Should be under miscellaneous.
There was 8 gold, 9 silver in the last one.
Yeah, and this one it's the bigger number. So 7, 5, 4, 1, 6. Add those together, and that'll be copper, and then 19 silver. I see. I didn't add it to. I didn't show it. It wasn't visible.
Thank you. Could someone edit all that stuff in there?
I'm gonna add that last bit.
Okay. When you conclude with that and move up to the next chamber, this chamber is different. So I'm going to go ahead and move you on to it, I think. Actually, I'm just going to do the easy thing. Here we go. Sheathe the whole map.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
I think so.
Okay.
Starting on the bottom left, it moves across.
Yeah, so the bottom on the top left is basement 2, basement 1, first floor, second floor, then to the second line, third floor, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, fifth floor. So you're coming onto the fifth floor, and there's a set of bars and a door set in the bars, kind of like on the little shelf there where the bar window is located. There's a series of key sets. And it looks like they're all marked with a draconic marking. Does anybody here speak draconic?
No.
I can at some point in time.
Okay. Go ahead and make an intelligence check, Jody.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
24.
You're a pretty smart cookie, and it's probably not the first time you've seen the Draconic alphabet, and you probably used that spell a couple of times to decipher Draconic. The markings indicate 6 numbers, 1 through 6. So each of the keys appears to be a key with a number on it.
I relay the information, and we can
When you open the door
set marks for each one.
and head into the southern end, you'll see that there are 6 cell doors with bars and keyholes. And there's one person sitting in the middle cell on the far side. She's wearing kind of noble-looking garb. She has her arms crossed as you enter in, and she kind of looks at you. Oh, that's what they were.
Watch your own wrist.
I have a real quick question. Won't the secret master key just open all these anyway?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, that doesn't mean that the other ones disappear, though. And they didn't have the secret master key. No.
I just wanted to make sure we didn't actually need this, and we just spent all that time talking about them.
Fair enough. So, that said, the woman inside of the cell is cross-stringing her arms. She kind of sees you, and she says, so that's what they were running from.
You're a little short for a stormtrooper, aren't you?
And you enjoyed that, huh, Johnny?
I did. I was waiting for it.
Nice.
Oh boy.
You're Eric's friend?
Eric Galagos is the one I serve. That's correct. You are...
Raya. He's waiting for you.
Raya. I know you by reputation. You live in Mudis?
I do.
Interesting. Yes, if I recall correctly, you are one of the honor bound. Is that right? Or am I incorrect in that assumption?
It's technically incorrect. I've worked with them in the past, but I'm not one of them.
Well, any friend of the honor bound is a friend of mine. Is Gondar here?
He is indeed. He's with Eric also.
Oh. Well, not to be too discourteous, your appearance is a splendid thing to be sure, but if you could, perhaps, and she gestures to the door.
Yeah, I would already be unlocking it.
Okay. She steps out and she smiles. You didn't happen to find a pair of daggers anywhere around here, did you?
I don't think we did we?
Gondar has them.
Okay.
Really?
But I don't remember that happening.
So then
No.
you wouldn't know.
Okay.
I haven't seen them. Feel free to ask Eric and Gondar. They're in the basement. We're going to wrap up here.
Oh, okay. Well, does anybody have a dagger?
I got one. Yeah, I'll
She
graciously pass her the hilt first.
She takes the dagger and she smiles. She very quickly goes through a deft kind of like series of spins and kind of checks the weight of the weapon. Insanely skilled and grins.
I did the same thing when I picked it up.
This'll do.
Off that body.
And she'll head on down into the basement. Head that way. Unless anybody has any questions for her.
Mind the body on the stairs.
Fair enough. She heads away. Alright. So it looks like there's a ramp that goes up to the roof. That would be this weird green kind of situation here.
Yep.
And there are a couple of doors, and if you go into those, you'll note that one of them appears to be filled with bolts and bags of kind of a strange powder. And it looks like the drawers in that large shelf there have massive canisters of what appears to be some sort of oil. As you kind of inspect it, you're not sure what it's for. If anybody is trained in Arcana, they can attempt to roll to figure out what the oil might be used for.
Benson, get in here.
Setting scarecrows on fire.
Not going to even try.
It's a lubricating oil with the 22 that you got. So it's used to kind of keep pneumatic devices kind of working and functioning. Your presumption is that they're for the Atavian crossbows and probably for the Atavian ballistas up above.
All right.
All right. If you head out onto the roof, it will take a lot of strength to get up the door that is at the top of the ramp. But if you wish to go a different route, there is a stair or a ladder that leads up to a smaller trapdoor that'll get you to the roof. When you get to the roof,
Try to go up the.
go ahead.
Whatever.
Okay.
Going for the ladder.
Okay. So you pop out onto the roof. There are a couple of boxes. The boxes in question look like they're just random sundries, stuff to keep people who are up here on watch, well fed, well drank, and casually, comfortable. The treasure chest to the south there, that's kind of set off to the side. When you open it up, inside there are a series of 10 winter cloaks, kind of neatly stacked on top of each other. And underneath them, but kind of off to the side, so you can kind of reach in, like the wall, like the side wall of the treasure chest between the cloaks and the wall, and pull out smaller bolts than the ones you saw downstairs. You'll note that next to the arbalists, or the ballistas rather, kind of set up on kind of a rack, are about 7 total ballista bolts for each of the ballistas, and they are on these strange, very arcane-looking kind of mounts. And it looks like there are a series of controls on the weapon that you presume are used to kind of manipulate and move the crossbow, or the ballista rather. That said, it's raining really hard at this point. You'll note that the water doesn't seem to linger on top of the roof, even though it's pretty much flat, because it all drops out of the machinations on the walls. Just kind of flows out to the side. The mist is kind of dissipating a bit, and so you have a bit more of a clear field of vision. And what you witness to the north as you kind of look out that way is about 800 feet away, a dragon kind of flying with 2 things in its hands, and then dropping them, and what appears to be 2 bandits just falling and descending and smashing into the earth, and then the dragon flying off to the north.
Oh, good.
He was a good guy.
Did we come from the north?
Nope.
We came from the south.
Oh, good.
That's a different day's problem.
That really is. Well, my work here is done.
Now we got to get out.
Were we meant to dismantle these? I thought the ballistas were the end goal.
No, the towers.
Just the
Control the tower.
Okay.
I think that Gondor would probably want to keep these if we took the tower.
So a quick note, just to kind of speed up the process and get you to the conclusion that your characters are probably already thinking about. Can I get an intelligence check from Benson, from Raya, and a wisdom check from Shambles and from Grok and Leon?
Just straight wisdom?
9.
Yeah.
14.
13.
Boom,
Grok.
shakalaka.
Rock is wide.
24.
And Leon, Kevin, are you out there?
Yes.
Do that wisdom. Okay.
19.
Grok and Leon kind of talk off to the side while the others are kind of investigating the roof, and as you're heading back in, the two of you kind of hatch a plan. You realize that if you leave the fort undefended, people will just basically fill in, potentially, and you might have a problem when you get back. But you feel that you can leave the tower unattended if you just leave the portcullis in the state that it's in and exit out the basement and then seal the door with the magic rune as you exit. And no one, besides some sort of wizard or something, would be able to get back into the fort proper.
Like a cult for mages?
Yeah, like if more cults for mages start to ride in, that might be a problem. But yeah.
Which is probably likely. No, at some point.
Here
maybe.
we go again.
I don't know, maybe if you come back here after leaving.
Episode 2, the same fort.
Hey,
We're gonna milk this thing for XP until we die.
It's a daily.
Farming.
So yeah, but the fort is cleared. There's generally nothing else to do in the fort. So coming to that conclusion is you don't have to do that if you don't want to, but what would you like to do now that the fort is taken?
Head back to the basement. I'm gonna grab Dirk along the way,
Okay.
and I'm gonna shove him down the stairs as we go down to meet Eric and Gondar.
You're gonna kill him?
No, I'm just gonna push him down the stairs.
Oh, you're not gonna like push him so he falls and tumbles down the stairs. You're just gonna make sure he goes down the stairs, right?
No, he's going down fast, much faster than we are.
Okay.
I'm gonna lead him to the stairs and then shove him down the
Why?
stairs. Whether or not he dies is up to gravity.
Make an athletics check.
Well, that'll just go poorly.
I think I'm guessing Wilbur's alignment.
9.
So your pushing isn't really doing the job that you anticipated it to,
And
and
I'm just hurrying him down the stairs.
he seems to be going along with you, pushing him down, but not falling down like.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
It's got good balance. I like this kid.
And if you exit out the mage door and then head out into the courtyard and then back out into the outside, very quickly you'll realize that the elk kind of rides out from some far off kind of copse of trees and kind of rushes out to Leon.
Neat.
Ha ha ha.
Gundar and Eric are down there. They're just here, right?
Gondar and Eric are not present. Yeah, you don't see them. It looks
They left.
you knew that they were planning on escaping out and heading back to Mudas. So if
Okay.
you wish to follow up with them, then that would be the direction you'd want to go.
No, that's fine. They're just fighting over a tower anyway. Sounds boring.
Okay, so if that's the case, do you wish to move back to the map then?
Yeah, I'm taking Dirk with me.
Don't want to know what's going to happen to
Yeah,
Dirk.
he's gonna. No, he's
I got
gonna
a
be
little
our new
upset
best
by
friend.
that.
He's gonna be our understudy. He fell in with the wrong crowd. We're gonna reintroduce him into society.
We have similar skills. He can hang
Shambles
out
and
with
Raya, and now Dirk.
Okay, so we're back on the big map. Well, not the biggest map, but the bigger map. Grok, you are currently the pottery mascot, I believe. Shambles is actually Shambles is the party mascot.
I'm party mascot.
That's obvious.
Yeah.
Actually, it's really not. Grok is kind of mascotish too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a toss up. I don't know which one's which. I mean, so far.
Well, okay. With
Can go back and
Gondar
forth.
not present, our whole morality has shifted.
What?
Shambles
No,
being
no.
the mascot during the dark times makes sense.
Yeah. The problem is,
Yeah, I
is
like this.
the morality hasn't changed. It's just the person who's willing to stand up to Jeremy's bullshit isn't here. That said, you are present on the map. As you remember, it takes 3 squares of movement per day, or 3 hexes of movement per day. But if you're on a road, each road hex is 2 for 1. You remember the rumors that you heard in Mudas before you left, which are in the side chat, and you're kind of decently positioned for a couple of them at your current location. That, or you can return back to the town of Mudas if that is your goal.
Wouldn't mind leveling.
I think we should go back to Mudas, get everybody reset, and then we can come out on another hard mission.
Sounds like a good idea.
I'm sure
We're not in a spot to be.
Eric and
conquering too
Gondar
many.
are probably well on their way and deciding what to do with this tower along the appropriate channels. Everybody
Okay.
else needs to rest.
Do you want to rest at Phalanx, or do you want to move to Mudas since the day is still ahead of you? Do you want to move from
Well, we would
shipping?
want to get to Mudas to have Gondar's. Gondar has more than just the 2 guys following him. He has
Yeah.
a company. See if they can't get some people to occupy that fort
Yeah.
as soon as possible, and then regroup. Talk with the
I think we're
Kyranos.
good to travel. We just need that hard reset.
Okay.
We just had the short rest, so everybody except Shambles is pretty good.
Well, we
Yeah.
need to tell who sent us out here. It was the Kyranos, right?
Nobody.
It was
Oh.
Steve. Steve's the one that brought
I'm
us
sorry.
together.
I thought we were tasked with this.
We all
Okay.
knew there was a ruckus. We all just signed up for it.
Got it.
So let's go report our deeds
Okay.
and resupply.
Is the plan of attack to move onto the road and head the same way you came to Phalanx, without kind of snaking around, just going straight onto the road and in?
I think that
Probably,
would
yeah.
probably be the best.
Okay, so go ahead and give me 3 d20 rolls.
I'll do it. I'm best good. 14, 19, 6.
Okay. That's your first day, or first part of the day. During the midday, afternoon portion of the day, You move close to the Cianos River, and off in the distance to the north, you can see that there is kind of the remnants of a logger's camp. It's well off, though. As you're inspecting it, go ahead and roll a D100.
Oh my god. 50.
You said 50. 1 second. You're currently on Lotus area. You rolled a 50. Okay. All right. As you're kind of moving along the road, just north of the road, it looks like, to what you can see, there appears to be some sort of just grouping of dead bodies kind of like lingering on the ground near there, just a ways off the road.
Raya, was this you?
I wish. So let's.
He
keep
doesn't
going.
work for free.
Do you ignore the corpses, or do you go and check to see what they might happen to be about?
I attempt to ignore the courses, knowing full well that these nicer people aren't going to.
Well, Grok's gonna want to do a ceremony or something.
Yeah,
right?
for sure. I'm not just
near
gonna
him.
leave him.
He's got his duties.
Grok.
Okay.
Grok you, Raya.
If you band over to
Now everybody wants to stand up to him since you said something.
if you band over to the grouping, what you notice is now that you kind of moved a couple of feet, 100 or so feet, or about 100 feet closer to the river, it's still a ways off, but you can see there's a bridge kind of coming over an area, and the camp is kind of present there as well. These bodies, when you move over to them, Grok, something you notice very quickly disturbs you. It looks like the ground behind them looks like it is covered with trails, but these aren't regular trails. It looks like something burrowed underneath the ground and basically followed them Bugs Bunny style, made an emergence hole, and killed them where they are, and then retreated back into the earth.
Would I know what these kind of creatures are?
So inspecting the bodies and inspecting the burrows and such, go ahead. Let's see. No, don't do anything. No, you don't recognize what they might be. Based on what you're able to identify here, though, with a medicine check, also rolled for you, it looks like they were clawed with some sort of large claw or possibly mandible. You're not sure which.
I would definitely mention that to the group and say we need to be on guard.
Yeah, you guys got moles. Let's get out of here.
I think they're bigger than moles.
Okay. As you continue along, though, down the road a bit, you notice that there is kind of like a rock area, kind of a small rocky outcropping on the same side of the road that they were on. And you can see that it looks like there is a body kind of settled up on a larger kind of flat rock. And it looks like there's a bunch of just miscellany near their body.
Ooh, free stuff.
Yeah, let's check it out again.
Okay. If you go up there, you'll note that there is a longbow with about no arrows. It looks like there's just an empty quiver. If you kind of look around the rock area, you'll notice there's several points where arrows have kind of struck the dirt near kind of these weird trails. You'll also note that up there there's a fireplace that's been made makeshift up there, and there is a dead body. The dead body is of a elf, adventurer type. Looks like he's kind of got leather armor on. Looks like he had that longbow I mentioned. And he looks like he's completely emaciated, and he looks like he might have died of hunger, thirst, or exposure.
We're not that far from any town. Doesn't make any sense.
You are about a day's travel, or half a day's travel to Moodus from where you're currently.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe it got lost.
That's several hours worth of movement. Okay. Does anybody take anything? Oh, he also has a signet ring. Apologies.
One signet.
Yeah.
Okay. Who took it?
No,
No,
what
we were
is,
asking,
what
what
is the
is it?
signet?
Oh, it appears to be some sort of elvish kind of rune, and as none of you are elves, it doesn't come naturally to you.
Yeah. I'll take the ring. I'm going to bring it back to Mudas.
Okay. All right.
Is there any way I can do a quick burial for the body?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's some pre-dug holes right over there.
Yeah, the dirt is
I'll
kind of
help
loose
him.
in those areas if you want to just put them in a burrow hole. If you do that, you'll also note that whatever was moving through the earth was probably of a larger size, not
Right.
a smaller creature. You bury the elf and you continue on down the way. Last roll 6, you should be fine. So you make it to the town of Mudas just as evening begins to kind of creep out over the horizon, or as the sun starts to ebb out over the horizon, and darkness starts to take the sky. Once back in Mudas, going from left to right, Zach.
Real quick, as Mudas comes into vision, Dirk and I are just disappearing off to the side.
Does anybody want to allow him to disappear off to the side? Because Dirk's probably not going to stealth away. So if you're going to say, I'm going to hide him, that's not a thing that's happening. But
No, I whisper to him, we're going this way.
that's fine.
Does Dirk look like he's under duress?
He looks like he's confused and moving away from the group. Does anybody else want to go with him and find out what's going on there? Or do you let Raya take the boy off to the side?
If they are looking at me and like concerned, there is no sign that I'm going to do this kid any wrong. I'm just taking him into town a different way.
Seems pretty normal to me. Questionable murder.
Has he been doing anything like aggressive towards the kid this entire trip?
Have you petting?
I mean, like the kid's just been walking with us, right? You haven't been tying him up, doing anything wrong.
Honestly, when we came up to the one thing and like there was the murder holes and stuff, I probably would have armed him at that point with at least a dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there doesn't seem to be any reason for me to be worried about it. So
when you did arm him with a dagger, as he's kind of like looking at you, he's like, "Are you sure?"
Just in case, I would take it back once I felt we were safe, but.
And he doesn't relinquish, or he doesn't like hesitate to relinquish it.
He deserves the right to try to defend himself out here.
Okay, great. So then you step him off to the side. You're trying to get him into the town a different way than the others, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm going to have him change clothes before we go in, and I'm going to bag his stuff up.
Okay. You have a common set of clothes from the stuff upstairs in the tower if you wanted to have grabbed a set of that first. Cool.
Fine.
And is that all, or did you want to say anything to him?
No, I'm taking him straight to other people.
Okay.
And dropping him off there.
Okay, gotcha. I understand.
Damn, that sounds so ominous.
I understand. Perfect. I'm okay with that.
All the other stuff I picked up in the tower, it would also get dropped there.
Sure. Jeremy, that's cool. Chody.
So we're not doing a party treasury, to be clear?
Well, some of it's party treasury. Some of it's probably being taken by one individual. Yeah.
Nothing I actually picked up would be considered treasure. The most expensive thing I had, I ended up leaving back in the tower.
He picked up a crimson scarf and a cultist symbol.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to try and get any information on that from the people present? Do you want to do that right now? Like, do you want to just have that discussion?
No, you can go through everybody else. That's fine.
Okay, cool. Jeremy done. Chody, I assume you and Zach are going to be a package deal. So what would you two like to do when you get back into Mudas? It's, again, nighttime. The only place that's really open is the tavern.
I'm going to honestly go home and have some tea, and then also look into these this brown dust and this other potion to try to figure out exactly what it is.
There's a note, like in your mail slot. It says, "Hey, where's Shambles? He wasn't out last night. Is there, you haven't stayed out. Is he coming out tonight? I heard that he left town this morning. Actually, you did take a rest last night. Sorry, because you camped outside a field and then you attacked it. Sorry. Where is Shambles? He wasn't out last night. Is he coming out to work the fields or no? Signed, the farmer.
Lazy bastard.
For the evening, since it is night, I would go back home, rest. In the morning, I'd go contact the farmer and let him know that he was with me and help him with some stuff.
Okay. Yeah, he's not too far removed. Shambles, do you go with him?
I'll stop off at the tavern, have a good stiff drink before headed back outside of Chody's door and staking out as a scarecrow.
We'll get to you. Kevin, you and the elk arrive in town. It's nighttime. What would you like to do?
My primary concern would be tending to the elk who took a fucking beating. I don't know if I would have done that on the way back here, but probably not. So that would be my number one concern.
Well, you haven't been able to get like a full rest as of yet. You kind of hooked it right after the keep. So if that's what your goal is, you got a bit of moon milk, and there's probably a quiet space somewhere outside of town or inside of like the Serpent or the Anguis Wood. If you want to just go pop in there and kind of have like a quiet time, sleep and rest with the elk.
Sounds pretty appropriate.
Okay.
Say goodbyes to the group and head that way.
And Grok, what would you like to do?
Before Benson leaves, he would give him the signet ring and ask if he could see if he could find out who it belongs to so he can give it to any next of kin. And then he would go to the wood and to his cave.
Okay.
Definitely will do that.
All right. Shambles, you go to the tavern. When you enter into the tavern, you see that it's not terribly packed. There's not a lot of people present. The bartender, Demos, is kind of reading a book. Looks up and goes, "Eh," and then goes back to reading his book.
How's it going, man? Everything cool around town? We've been gone for a day or so.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Yeah, well, it's a couple of days. We'll probably get busier. Traded season is about to start, but yeah, no, pretty quiet.
Yeah, I'll just sit down and have a good rye whiskey and
so
relax for. I'll really just relax for an hour or two before headed back and getting a good rest.
So a quick note,
like a honey wheat.
So Undaunted don't drink, like they don't have any need for sustenance. They also have no taste buds. There's no like flavor present here or chance of being inebriated. So you're giving him 5 silver to drink a rye whiskey because that's how much it'll cost.
Don't you remember from fucking session 1? We try to make him feel normal, okay?
I just want to make sure that the 5 silver that you're just
he's dousing right. He's paying to douse his hay in some flammable substance.
Yeah, he wants to be more flammable.
Well, he does have innards, but it's not.
Yeah, he has human insides.
No, not human insides, but yeah. Okay, that's fine.
It's a gray area.
Something about the act is obviously relaxing and obviously something familiar, not something that you yourself invented. Something that appears to be carrying over from the lifeline on your palm. That said, as you're sitting there kind of casually just chilling, in walks a pair of individuals. They move up to the bar, sit down. Demos kind of, was a little more interested. What can I get you to? As he walks over to speak to the two. They're wearing cloaks.
I'd have taken off my hat out of respect.
Fair enough. They're wearing cloaks. They look like they're just kind of just off the road. Looks like their cloaks are slightly watered. It was raining most of the morning through the last day. Even you probably have a bit of dampness to your presence. But these two individuals kind of throw their hoods back and order drinks. If you want to pay more attention to what that might have been, let me know. But if not, then yeah.
Yeah, if I'm sitting at the bar, if they're nearby, I'll kind of take a look at them and listen to what they're up to.
Sure.
I try not to be terribly obvious. I'm not impolite.
Sure. So the individuals, the one on the left orders an Elvish wine, if available, And Demo says, yes, we have a pretty decent vintage from Telanya to the south. The individual nods. And the other individual says, whatever you got, I don't care. Cheapest thing you have, I guess.
Oh, you know what? I'll buy their drinks.
You walk up to...
I'll buy the first drink.
Okay. You walk up to the bar. They both look at you curiously. As you kind of look to them and now kind of see them see their faces, it looks like... Hold on a second here. Don't let me lie to you. So, it looks like an Osirian male with kind of dark brown hair, kind of a mop of it. He's wearing a half plate. There's a buckler kind of just strapped to his arm. It looks like it's a part of the gauntlet that he's wearing. There's a long sword at his belt. And he's wearing, he has, like his hair's kind of cut semi-long, but it appears that he has a ponytail that's longer than the rest of the hair, and it's tied off with a green ribbon that kind of goes about the same length as the ponytail.
Would I imagine that to be like a form of rank?
Don't know.
The green ribbon, or is it just a style choice?
Don't know. Probably just style
Okay.
choice. He's wearing kind of blue attire underneath, kind of like heavy, kind of winter blue attire because winter's rolling out. It's still a little cold, but spring. And then the woman that's with him is also wearing kind of a blue, dark blue kind of undershirt. She's not wearing armor like he is, though. She appears to have like leather, a leather pauldron, and kind of like leather like pads on her hips. She has an axe attached to her back with a long shaft, a long-hafted axe, and blonde hair, blue eyes, and she appears to have kind of a very strong build to her. She doesn't look like she's an Osirian.
Okay. Welcome to Buddhist. Looks like you've had a long evening of travel. I'd happily buy your drinks. I'm always looking for drinking buddies around here.
We've had a long couple of days, and we thank you for the purchase of our drinks, but not to be rude, we do wish to have this drink in silence.
Well, that is disappointing, but I can understand the need for privacy. I hope the two of you are safe in your travels if you continue on out of Buddhist.
The younger lad, the one with the ponytail, he says, "Hey, wait a second. Are you from here, or are you traveling through too?"
More or less from here. It's a long one. It's a story.
Yeah.
I live here.
So maybe we should ask him. He might know. She nods. Yeah. Do you happen to know of a guide? We're looking for an easier way through the pass. It's not regarding trade, and we don't have much that we can pay, but we need assistance.
When they mention the pass, would I know what that is?
The Serpent's Way is a secret passageway that only guides know of, specifically guides who are sanctioned by the Dragon Oro. You would kind of have an understanding that people go through the mountains to the north one of two ways. They either take the Azurite Road, the Azur Road, up through the pass, and it's treacherous, and guides typically are very helpful, and that seems to be what she is referring to. And then the Serpent's Way is a secreted passageway that only guides who are sanctioned by Oro and the Guardians, or the Sentinels, is allowed to pass through, which is safer, but not if you're not allowed to go through.
I tell him I may have one or two associates that could be interested in helping you. The hour's pretty late. Perhaps I can arrange a meeting for you tomorrow?
Well, we're staying here, so if you want to meet us, we're going to be around the town, and any assistance would be helpful.
I'll see what I can do. What were your names again? Forgive me. I'm Shambles, by the way.
Oh, my name's Andevin, the young lad says, and she says, I'm Celia.
And Celia?
Uh-huh.
That was close.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I'll tell them. I'll pass the word along. I can't speak for them, but I know of at least 2 who may be useful to you.
Sounds good.
And if I know of the residents, because I don't know where Grok goes to sleep. He just wanders into the forest every time I talk to him. And Leon, I'll just write a letter or write a note to Leon.
He doesn't
Sorta.
really stay at a location. You don't.
Yeah,
know.
I don't know where either of them sleep, so I'll just hope I run into him before too long.
Yeah, they're kind of they don't really have forwarding addresses.
Yeah, I'll just pass that information along to
Whisper it to
Benson.
your nearest dove. They'll find us.
Okay.
We talk.
Benson, you make it out to the farm. You can see
The
that
nearest animal I find.
the lights of the farm are on. Looks like there are people still awake here. You move up to the door and knock.
Yeah.
Oh, Master of the Hand. Oh, welcome. How's your friend Shambles doing? He didn't come out to work last night. We didn't know what was going on.
Yes, I needed him for a very important task, but he will most definitely be coming back to help. He's very excited.
No problem. We got a fill-in, and he points out to where there's just a scarecrow, just very clumsily made, standing out there.
I'm sure that will warn some pests off for a little bit, but of course you want Shambles' great expertise of the position.
Of course. Well, yeah, if he needs a couple of days off, he's definitely earned it. Absolutely not a problem. And thank you for coming to do. We're having dinner. Would you like some?
That sounds lovely. I would love some.
Okay.
Go and hang out.
Pleasant evening with the farmers. They cook you some food and send you along your way with some extra, and you'll be able to go to sleep with a full belly. Grok, you make it back to the Sentinel. Go ahead. Oh, sorry. Okay, cool. Grok, you make it back to the Sentinel's domain. No problem. No issue. Nothing crazy. Most Sentinels appear to be out and about at this point, though, with the exception of the one known as Mistletoe. You would know as Duralis. She is performing kind of ritual at the mouth of the Serpent's Lair.
I guess I would check in with her.
She seems to be very focused on the task at hand.
Do I know what this ritual is?
Yeah, so basically she's performing a seasonal ritual. It turning to spring now. Basically offering protections to the forest. Different than would be required during the winter months.
Okay.
Okay. And you go to sleep in your hovel, your hole, your cave. Raya, you make it into the underbelly of the town, maneuver to your secreted location. You find that Choa is present. She kind of looks over to the secret door as you kind of enter in, nods her head. Hey, looking for work?
I think I just completed some for you.
Oh. Well,
I'd pull out the crimson scarves and the marker from the mage.
Oh, these fucking assholes. She says, hold on a second. She reaches into her drawer, pulls out a leather sack, and kind of tosses it out onto the table she's sitting next to. That'll do, I think. So you cleared out Fort Phalanx?
For the time being, the pissing contest has already started to see who's going to take it.
Who's the boy?
Well, the boy's one of the Crimson. He's here to tell you everything he knows.
Oh.
I would eyeball the sack after that.
How long have you been with them, boy? Only about 2 months. I was my older brother. He was one of them, and my dad died. Our farm kind of fell apart, and I couldn't really make it on my own. He says you can kind of see his eyes kind of welling up a bit. The woman Choa says, "Oh, that's great. Well, at least he's still young and not totally corrupted. Perfect. We'll extract the information and see if we can't find a place for him. Maybe he can have able hands to do something once the merchants start rolling through here."
If he's no good for you, send him out to the farm. With his history, maybe he'll be good for the family.
Very good. Not terribly like you, Raya.
It's going soft.
You just quietly pick up the coin and kind of head away. You open it to reveal 100 gold pieces in platinum, so 10 platinum pieces, and exit out. Let's see, and head back to the farm to get a nice rest.
Yep.
Okay. And let's see. All right. You all managed to get in a long rest with relative ease. As you're kind of petting the moon milk into the fur and wounds on the elk, as Shambles, you're finishing your whiskey, moving out to kind of deactivate for a time and kind of relax. As Grok, you're kind of slendering yourself into your shell and relaxing. Raya, as you're taking, a nice long hard breath as you stare at the ceiling in your farm bedroom. You imagine that Gondar's somewhere doing something similar, and you all get a long rest completed and gain a total of 1750 experience.
Okay.
So we have about 40 minutes.
35 shit.
40 minutes remaining. So with that said, obviously it shouldn't take too long to level for everybody. But I would like to discuss what the plan of attack for the next arc, the next point of interest for the party will be. Raya, do you have, looking at the rumors that are available and notating anything that you've had discussed plotline wise that's happened so far, is there anything in mind that you are kind of looking to do?
Just was Shambles on the same farm that I am or not?
No.
Okay.
Your farm's too far
remember.
away.
Okay, I don't remember which one I picked, but whatever my number 2 choice was, I'll try to find it.
Okay. Kevin, what point of interest does Leon look like he's looking towards? Again,
The one in the woods, I'm pretty sure that was like my go-to point at the original list.
the barrow. Okay. Also keep in mind, there's a new rumor added, but only one of the player characters currently has it. And that would be Shambles. And that would be the 2 adventurers wish to have safe travel through the pass, through the mountains there.
Yeah, the next morning I would be looking for a way to contact either Leon or Grok.
Think about it. Don't think about it from like when we're discussing like what the next point will be. And again, this will be very different than what we're used to doing. But as we're kind of building narratively to that point, we're kind of all trying to decide what we're going to do as a group, out of character, and then once we've made that decision, we'll fix the in-character portion to make it so. So if everyone goes, yeah, let's do the adventure thing, then what will happen is Shambles will go, hey, this is the thing, and then everyone will kind of force her around that. If it's not the thing we choose, Shambles will mention it to him,
Okay.
but it won't be the point of direction. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So Raya, did you find your second choice? Sorry.
Barrow followed by excavation.
Okay. So Barrow would be your first choice because the keep was
Correct.
the one that got picked over yours. Grok,
Definitely the barrow.
we've got 3 for Barrow. So far that's half the group. So unless the other 3 people vote for something different and lock it out, it's looking like that might be the one. Benson?
Honestly, I would want the excavation site, but
Okay.
I mean,
No. Don't. As a player, do not cede your desires for what seems to be the case.
Excavation site then.
Okay. Did I already ask Leon? Leon said Barrow. Sorry, Shambles.
I was voting excavation, actually.
Okay. So then we'll come to Gondar. Then with the either tie maker or tie breaker. Let me see here. In the meantime, during the next day, what would you adventurers like to do with your day of downtime?
I would spend my morning on the farm trying to help out a little bit, and around lunch in the afternoon, try to track down Gondar and Eric and see how the titling is going for Phalanx, which way control is leaning.
Of course. Okay. And then for Zach, Shambles?
I guess I would return to the farm unless Benson had need of me.
No, you're fine.
A roundabout.
Okay.
That farmer missed you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that other scarecrow down and hide it behind the barn or whatever.
Okay.
That's done.
All right. I'm going to be throwing up a couple of handouts just because of my ability to throw them out while we were
Nice.
discussing them wasn't as apt. So that would be Celia. Keep on discussing. Benson, what are you doing with your day?
I would be going through and trying to figure out exactly what the small bag of powder and the potions are. The
You-
potion of 3 layers.
You identify?
Yeah, for both of them.
Okay. And you can go ahead and ritual cast it on the potion as well. You assumed it was a potion of frost giant strength. You now know it is a potion of frost giant strength. Potion of frost giant strength says once imbibed, it will grant the person who drinks it 23 strength score for 1 hour. So that might be beneficial. Then the potion with the strange 3-layered nature to it is a potion of climbing. Potion of climbing states that once imbibed, the individual who drinks it gains a climbing speed equal to their walking speed for 1 hour. During that time, they have advantage on strength athletics checks made to climb. The potion is, or we already discussed what it looks like. And then the dust is a fun one. It is the dust of sneezing and choking. It's a small bag. It resembles a fine sand. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so you've identified its cursed nature even though you weren't supposed to. It looks like there's enough for 1 use. As an action, you throw a handful of the dust into the air. Each creature that needs to breathe within 30 feet of you must make DC 15 Constitution saving throw or become unable to breathe while sneezing uncontrollably. Creature affected in this way is incapacitated and suffocating. As long as it is conscious, a creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of its turn, ending the effect on a success.
Cool.
All right.
Good day, good day.
So it's just choking powder?
Yep.
Would that affect me?
You don't breathe.
Neat.
Oh.
Oh, new plan. Put that inside the scarecrow's face and make him kiss somebody.
I mean, we could
If
I guess.
if knowing that next time me and Shambles meet, I would let him know about it and give it to him, say it could be useful for him
Okay.
if he in a pinch.
How many charges does that have? Just
One.
one? Okay. Can I get a weight of that if I'm gonna add it?
It's not. It's negligible.
Okay. Thank you.
That's Andovan. He's kind of weird looking.
I like it.
All right. So let's see. Andy, what would Grok like to do for the day today?
He's going to search out Leon to see if he can convince him to look into the barrel.
Okay. So, as stated, the Barrows looks like it is currently the winning vote. Kevin, can you text that Steve kid? Just ask him what he would rather do.
Sure.
Nice.
So even that aside, that's what Grok would do, like in character wise.
Okay.
Also, John, forgive me. I was gonna see if I can't purchase some darts,
Sure.
if that's available in
What's
Muda.
his other choice? Arrow or what?
Barrows or Dwarf or Dweogar excavation
Well, he can pick anything. It's just those are the two.
that are currently voted.
Those are the two possible.
Okay, so if you're buying darts, you would probably just purchase them. They're not going to be high quality from the general store. You go into the general store. Inside, it's filled with all sorts of wares for and from locals, craftsmen, hunters, and farmers. There are a couple of rare items that are, a little bit more eccentric, but it looks like they're probably the items that the proprietor keeps for herself. The halfling owner of this establishment is a woman named Foy Greenbottle, and she kind of gives you the pleasantries as you enter in.
Hey, Foy.
Hey! And as you kind of very quickly go through the transaction, she gets you what you need, and basically you're paying the cost out of the player's handbook.
Got it.
And you can roll a d100.
Okay. 2.
Good enough. She says,
All right.
Hey, I got something new. If you want to check it out, I don't know if you got a lot of money, but we trading season started up, and so I got some cool items coming in. This one's pretty nice. If you want to give it a look.
I am entranced by Foy. What do you got, Missy?
It's a potion from Janaris. It's a healing potion, supposedly made out of the purified blood of the nuns and ladies of the churches out there. And it's real nice if you want to try and give it a go. I'm selling it for 45 gold, and it's supposed to heal your wounds.
The best accent ever, John.
Is it Foy Drescher?
I love it.
Andy's getting turned on.
Yeah,
Sheffield.
Mr.
Do I know you? Do I know you?
Mr. Sheffield.
Oh Lord.
So you want it?
How many do you have, Foy?
Well, right now I just got the one. The lady who sold it to me yesterday, she said she needed the coin because she's trying to raise up money to try and get through the pass. But I just got the one. She wasn't really willing to sell the other two she had. I saw that she had them on her, but yeah.
You know what? It sounds like a good deal, and you're a staple of this community. I gotta support small businesses, Foy. I'll buy it off of you.
45 gold sets it on the table.
45 gold, and throw in. What's a dart weight? Is it quarter pound?
Yeah, she says, oh yeah, no problem, hon. 46 gold. I'll give you 5 dots and 1 potion. How's that?
Five darts. A dart is 5 copper pieces, isn't it?
Oh gosh, I'm trying to scam you. I'm sorry. Well, okay, all right. You
If
caught
I only
me.
had a brain.
45 gold, dots, potion, and a smile on my face. All right, takes the coin.
That's my girl.
Yeah, she's gonna be visited every time we come to town now.
Well, all right. Have a great day. Bye.
I'm gonna jog this over to Benson so he can have a look at it,
Okay.
and probably safer for him to hold it.
Leon, the elk is full capacity, super great, doing good. You're heading into town, I presume. Are you looking for more work, or are you going to take a couple of days off?
I guess I'm kind of big chill.
All right. So, do you want to head over to the tavern, or do you want to just go stay where you normally stick around?
I wouldn't come back. I don't think I'd come back to the town if I didn't have something to do until it was later. I probably would have just stuck around in the woods
Okay.
doing woody things.
Cool.
Maybe at night he'd come back to like chill at the bar or something like that. But yeah, unless he's intent on leaving.
Well, the main reason I'm asking, and it's just for your character's notice, and I've been mentioning it a couple times. I just want to make sure you're aware. A lot of people are going to be coming through Moodus in the next couple of 6 days to try and get passage out. This is where you make your money. So, again, yeah, if you want to take a couple of days and just rest up from that and stay in the woods, that's great. But you know that there's probably maybe a couple of like early, worms trying to get, to Ursulon. So you might be able to pick up work early on, or you can wait a couple of days. There's probably not going to be, there's not going to be a shortage of it. It's always a good, gate to have. I'm just saying, like, if you want to, it depends on what you want to do.
Well, I'm not trying to like leave the group and go escort people, but I get what you're saying.
Yep, perfectly fine. Okay, Raya, you very quickly understand from points of contact, discussion, people who keep an eye out, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, hint, hint, nudge, 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 that Eric Galagos was seen entering into the Kyrios' manor late last night, about an hour or so before you met with Choa. And the individuals that you're kind of talking to and getting this information from also note that it seems that Gondar, the lion, was seen leaving that establishment shortly after arriving there with Eric Galagos, and it appears that Gondar has headed out to his manse, which you would know is kind of on the river, Cianos River, just a little south of Moodus.
Okay, well, knowing that I'm going to be traveling, I'm going to go find Benson and shake him down for the money he owes me, and then go speak to Gondar.
Okay. 5th level wizard versus third level rogue. I want to.
It's a distance game.
I gave you 1750. You should be third level.
Ooh, this one then. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go find him.
Okay. And Grok, you're looking for Leon, right?
Yep.
Okay, Grok, you find Leon. He's in the woods.
Say, Leon, my friend, we need to deal with this rumor of the barrow, don't you?
Yes, with the strange lights, the unsettling light.
Perhaps we should head to town and gather up the others.
Probably not a bad idea. Maybe because we help them out, they'll be willing or more willing to help us out.
Agreed. Grok.
Okay. I'm gonna. No reply back from Steve, right?
None.
I'm gonna take Steve's vote and call it for the already currently massive amount of people who voted the barrow way on this team. Those of you who voted excavation, I apologize.
It's okay. It's a vote.
So, as you're kind of, in town, Benson, Raya, kind of, what were you doing again, actually, Benson? Sorry.
I was identifying things
That's right.
for the day.
So you're
You wanted to
I
look
would-
at that potion.
Yeah, I would also want to identify the potion that he got.
Potion of
Brought to me
healing.
to look-
Potion of
Just a regular potion of healing.
Yep. You would actually recognize the craftsmanship. It was made in Dranaris. It was made, under the and Agamidanid method. It is made from blood, silver, and holy water.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, Raya, you enter the House of the Hand.
And I knock first.
Yeah, well, it's a place of business, so it's more of a you open the door and the bell goes ding 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 ding, and then the halfling kind of comes out of his back room.
Yeah, I just walk in and sit down somewhere.
Go full chody.
Oh, I'm trying to research right now. I come in and I say,
how you can kill him. My boy.
I am preparing. Oh, hello. How can I help you today?
So what were they? What are they worth?
The one seems to be a potion of climbing. It's a quick potion. You shake it up, you take it, and it'll help you climb. The other one seems to be a dust of sneezing, it seems. Strong pepper.
What are they worth?
As for the climbing, of course, it depends on what you're doing. If you're on the side of a mountain, it can be very, very, very worth it. If you're in the plains, it's not worth so much. It depends on where you're at, of course, as who is buying it. The other ones, I'm not sure with. Don't know if it's more for seasoning food or what.
You know, we got an awful lot of mountains, so what's it worth?
I'm not sure, sir. I am not a merchant. I am I am a palm reader.
I mean, you know magic, right?
Yes, and as I said, I know
What's it
how.
cost to make one.
Would I know this, John?
You can make an Arcana check to try and appraise the items. Yeah, so the potion of climbing is probably worth about 100. The dust is actually...
I know. You don't need to say anymore. I know.
It's actually cursed.
Oh, it's a curse?
It's a cursed item, so the item is...
Okay, then I'm sorry. I looked it up wrong then. I'm sorry. The thing I looked up was wrong.
Yeah. What did you look up? Where are you looking at prices for magic items?
I was just looking it up online trying to find it. They said it was a wondrous item and it was real expensive.
Oh.
Dust of sneezing and choking.
No.
It was the same thing that you basically said. So that's why
But you gave me a cursed
right.
dust.
It's technically cursed. It's supposed to identify as a revealing push or dust of revealing. But
That's the curse. Okay.
I'm a bad DM and read it wrong because I'm dumb. But
He's supposed to assume it's
Yeah.
like nice, and you're supposed to
then get
sprinkle it
bummed
on
by
yourself. Okay.
Yeah. But that said, the way it currently stands, like you understanding what it is, to him, you presume he won't be able to sell it because it's going to appear to be a dust, because you're a diviner, because that's why you figured it out, because you're really good at seeing through like stuff like that. That's what I'm going to say for now. But yeah, if you say to him, this is actually an magic item that went wrong.
Got it. Okay. Sorry, I misunderstood then.
Yeah.
I would let him know that.
Went wrong how?
Apparently, it was supposed to be a dust of revealing, but it was more of a curse now.
Kind of curse.
And I'll explain it to him. Choking.
Did you smell it?
I did, actually.
Yeah.
Sounds useful. You can put that on a crossbow bolt and launch it across the room with somebody.
If you chose to do that, that would be a very unlawful way of doing things, I believe. But yes, it could happen.
There's a lot of laws. What's it worth? Pick a number.
I don't know.
So real quick, I think the insight check here needs to be Benson. You're getting annoyed of him asking that question. You're not trying.
Right.
Are you trying to buy these items from him?
No, I
Me?
gave them to him, and we made an agreement that he was going to pay me for them later. We'd said that in the tower.
You said I would owe you later.
Yeah, so just pick a number.
Okay. Tell you what. We'll give you a deal. I'll throw down 30 gold and say, here's 30 gold. That's for the items minus the price of me identifying them, which is usually 100 gold per item.
Yeah, I don't care. That's actually the number I was going to pick anyway. Cool.
Okay.
Bye. I found him. It was free. This is free money. We can both win. I'm okay with being on the same team, buddy.
All right. Well, you just the word
Act like it.
shakedown,
No, I
right?
don't want to. It's more fun this way.
Jesus.
Okay. Grok and Leon, you enter back into town looking for the others because you now have a plan of attack. Okay. You see from your entry point, you see Raya kind of leaving the House of the Hand, the door closing behind him. You presume that the place is open so that the wizard Benson is still within his abode.
You presume he's still alive in there.
Grok would look towards Raya, but then continue into the house.
Okay. A turtle and a Osirian lad enter into the House of the Hand. Benson.
Well met, Benson.
Well met. He's annoyed now.
What's the matter, Benson? You seem troubled.
People with no manners. That's all. No manners.
Grok looks back out the door towards where Raya left.
Yeah, of course he is.
Did you happen to have any luck with that ring?
The ring. I must absolutely apologize that I have not had time to look at it yet.
Well, that's okay. We
was
could do
looking
that
at these
later.
other items.
No trouble. We're here for another thing, actually. And we explain the rumor about the barrow. Do you want to say anything, Leon?
Oh, sounds like you're taking the lead. Just kind of agree with you that it is important, and yeah, I'd pretty much vocalize that. Like if Gondar is present, especially like we helped you. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
this is just as important, but to us instead.
Our fates seem to be tied in some way or another. I'd be more than happy to help. I would definitely have to tie up some loose ends before we go and make sure people know that we are leaving. We had some issues with the farmer if Shambles decides to come, not being at his position. But yes, I would be more than happy to help.
Perhaps we could stay here or nearby here as we gather the group to head out.
Oh yes, absolutely. Please sit, and I'll start making tea and hang out and stuff, getting ready to be a good host.
Throw out a couple of large cushions onto the floor,
Yep.
as is the nature of halflings of seating. And yeah, you probably have a hookah. I mean, to be honest, like I imagine that's the case.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
God, I miss hookah.
You probably have some pretty cool fineries and just like a very eccentric looking establishment.
Yes, he's got wizard shit, dude.
He's got wizard shit. Okay. Grok and Leon
The
partaking.
fantasy equivalent of fuck you money.
wizard shit.
I don't need you. I've got wizard shit.
Yeah. Do you two stay there for a while, or are you going to go and try and intercept Raya?
No.
Nah, he kind of
You guys aren't
spent
even
the
gonna.
face of serpent previously. I don't
Not
know. Let
happening.
him walk, yo.
I would say that would be Gondor's job.
Are you literally just not going to invite Jeremy's character?
I mean, I'm pretty
I think I'm
neutral, but if I know for a fact Grok's not a fan because of his remark, like let alone everything that followed, but so I'm kind of leaning towards that.
Maybe
Okay.
we can suggest that Benson send a note or something.
What time is it in the day?
It's early morning, like mid morning.
I'd probably, take the occasional break from chasing birds and head back towards Benson's house. Especially if I see a crowd gathering out there.
Okay.
Anybody else is picturing some scary ass scarecrow running around chasing birds?
Yeah. It's his job.
Arms and legs just flailing around.
I don't even see him
That's
have
what he
wings.
does.
I'm swinging a pitchfork.
Real quick note: who all saw the lights when you were camped outside of Phalanx?
I did, and one of... I did Steve, Grok, and one of Steve's guards, I believe.
Okay. So, Grok, you kind of have an idea of where the barrow is. Those lights were the strange lights that were reported in the rumor that you got about the Dragon Barrow, which you identified as, when seeing them, as more than likely will-o'-wisps.
Mm-hmm.
That said, when you go to recover Shambles at the farm, let's go ahead and do that scene. Grok and Leon and Benson, or just Grok, or just Leon, or just Benson, or any intersplicing therein.
I think all three of us should probably go if we could.
You okay with that, Benson? You okay with that, Leon?
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The halfling is definitely slowing you down, speed-wise. Well, he's 30 feet. He's actually pretty fast for a halfling.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, never mind. I always think halflings have the 25 base speed, but the river folk ones don't. So that said, the three of you make it over to the farm. You see Shambles out there in the field, standing there.
No. I'm active. I'm very active.
Standing there.
I see a bird, I scare it.
There are currently no birds.
All right, I'm vigil. Good morning.
Hey, buddy.
Head on a
Oh,
swivel.
Hey guys!
I'll see if I'm seeing Leon and Grok traveling with him. I was like, oh, there were some guys at the tavern. One Osirian, Andovan, and Celia. They wanted to talk to you. I don't know if you have the time for it. They'll be in town for a day or so.
We're here about the barrow, the rumor about the barrow.
What's happening at the barrow?
And then I would explain what we
lights.
know. Yeah, strange lights. It's the closeness to the Azure Road has led some to be concerned about springtime treks to Ursulon and possible complications. And I would explain that as a sentinel, that's important for us to deal with. And I would ask for your help.
I mean, if you're taking Benson, I feel pretty obligated to follow him around.
We definitely need to let the farmer know if we're going, though.
Yeah, don't worry. He will not hire more help. That ship has sailed. No more scabs. Did you talk to, what's his name? Raya. Seems like the type to handle this magic trickery.
The
I'll go
turtle's
get him.
whistle? The turtle's
no.
whistle? 'Cause he was-
I'll go and get him. Team Wilbur is Team Evil.
Yeah, he owes me.
You know, what's funny is that Grok is supposed to be unfriendly towards Shambles, but it's really not working out that way.
Well, I mean, it kind of is. Like,
Sort of.
you didn't exactly, like, address him and, like, Shambles, we really need you. It was more of a, this is the situation.
So I guess
yeah.
part of that is a game question, which is like, we're supposed to be friendly or unfriendly, but then the game's actions might lead us to change that, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I feel like Raya and Shambles should be more towards the friendly spectrum. If they're, sneaking around pretending not to have stolen a sword.
We're
I don't know
getting better.
mechanically how that works. If you want to
Hating on
explain
Aaron.
that another time.
Benson shakes his head, disappointed.
I mean,
Bad
You're not my
crowd.
dad.
You're not my real
First
dad.
of all.
I made you. I could just as soon destroy you.
I did take Fireball.
And I'm pretty sure that would work.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But all right, yeah, we're putting a team together, huh? What's the opposition looking like? More bandits?
I don't know yet.
Grok would say it might be will-o-wisps.
All right, yeah. I mean, if Benson's going, I have to protect him. So, like it or not, I'm with you.
Just as a side note, John, you still have those rain noises on, don't you?
Does he?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't
It's
muted
been
it.
raining.
Putting me asleep.
Mine way down.
It's not raining.
I must have muted it.
Been having audio issues all the livelong day. Oh my god, he should be jumping up and down on a stick.
Right?
Oh, when I initially thought of it, I had like little wooden stake feet, like little pegs I was just hopping around back and forth on.
Well, I didn't draw your feet. You could definitely have that going on. It's fine.
Cool.
But yeah. Okay. So, Shambles, do you head off to go and get Raya?
I'll be like, yeah, let me get my things. I'll be right back. And I'll just dash across to the farm to the north.
Yeah, over to the Elon Ranch.
I forgot something. I'll meet you guys.
You already have an idea of where he lives. You find Raya just as he's kind of walking from town to get there, and intercept him.
I high five Shambles.
Yes. People need to be nicer to me. Replacing me with scabs.
Benson, do you tell the farmer that you're going to be taking Shambles again to the farmer?
Yeah.
You see him kind of come outside and look around and goes, "Oh, shucks. Well, guess I'll just have to put that where did he put it?"
We have this back and forth.
Not sure, man. We should definitely be back
Huh.
soon, though. It
Hey.
shouldn't be too long.
Hey, Lisa, go ahead and start sewing up another one. Yeah, use another one of my shirts. It's fine.
All right. Remember, I have cannon now. 2 of them have been made. I need you to remember that.
Every day, this guy.
Just keep shoving
Oh, no.
scarecrows into a pile, and then one day somebody opens up the barn door, and there's just piles of scarecrows all like...
I'll use that.
And it's like horror music stinger, like...
Yeah.
The creaking door.
They just slowly close the door back down. Nope.
But then all of the heads...
One's got makeup on it.
Oh my god. What has he done in here?
He gets lonely in the
I'm
field.
so lonely.
Fair. That said, you as a group decide that this is a good option, and haven't had a chance to talk to Gondar today to find out what he was going to be doing next, and what he might have learned in his discussion with Eric, the Kyrios, and so on. So you head from the Amand Ranch back to the farmhouse, and then to head towards his manse. And we will pick up next session at the Honor Bound's Manse of the Lion, with Gondar, hopefully in tow.
That's funny.
Agreed. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna kill the stream.
Nice.